What will be the language barrier?
Maximum students that come to me with the doubt that which university to choose. You have to be very, very careful while choosing the right destination for the MBBS abroad.
So, hey everyone, welcome back to our brand new series that's called Pajama Podcast in episode 3, and that's powered by Infinity Education. Let's start with the intro. Here we have today our special guest. She is also Chief Advisor for MBBS Abroad at Infinity Education, and she herself is serving right now in the medical industry in India and guiding and mentoring a lot of students, those who are catered by Infinity Education. So, Asnya, welcome to Pajama Podcast. How are you feeling?
First of all, thanks for letting me be a part of the Pajama Podcast. I am Dr. Ashneha and I have graduated from North Bengal Medical College, and right now I'm pursuing my postgraduate degree, MS Ophthalmology from Hyderabad, and I'm also attached with Infinity Education as the Chief Advisor of MBBS Abroad. I am glad to be here today.
Thanks, Asneha. Thanks. We are also very much glad that you accepted our invitation. And I know that you will be you have your busy schedule. You will be starting your PG in Hyderabad. You will be moving soon. So, in this short period of time, how you're dealing with your journey. Can you just give a little bit insight of your background, how you thought of pursuing MBBS after finishing your higher education, whether your parents helped you or whether there was someone to mentor you. Can you please highlight that?
Being born in the family of doctors, I always aspired to become one since a child, growing and learning from my parents. So I started my MBBS journey pretty young, back just after my class 12. I was just 17 years old when I started my journey. When I entered the medical college and the field of medicine, it was a dream come true for me. Okay, the days, I still remember my undergraduate days. It was full of fun. Learning the human body was my biggest fancy. Okay, the early morning lecture classes and the dissection halls, the everyday new learnings, whatever we used to get from our professors here back in our colleges, making new friends, attending new seminars, getting to learn so many new things from your buddies, your college seniors. So it was a great journey.
So, your family played a big role.
Oh, definitely. Yes. I have always carried that vision. My mom and dad, they have really played a big role in motivating me through this journey. I have grown up hearing this ki, maa baap doctor hai, to beki to doctor banenge. So here I am today.
That's very obvious. Unlike me, my father is a defense personnel and I am here shooting podcast with one of the doctor. Okay, so people have different backgrounds, but still, what I always say to my followers, my subscribers, the people, those who are watching me right now, that it's never too late to follow your passion. Okay, whether it's in India or whether it's in abroad. Okay, so coming to the next question, I would just want to ask how a life of a student looks like while doing MBBS in India, and how a life of a student looks like while doing MBBS abroad.
Okay. Well, if I have to highlight the life of a student in India, right now, the competition here in India for the medical fraternity is like a top race. Okay, it is very difficult. Just after passing the class 12th examination, a student appears for the NEET UG examination, which is very difficult to crack. And day by day, the competition is rising. So what happens is, those students who can crack, well and good. There are trained students who can crack, but there are some students who cannot crack or cannot get the qualifying marks. Then they get disheartened due to the peer pressure, the family's pressure. Then they think that maybe they are not good for anything. Then they keep on dropping, trying, and it goes on so and so. But I would say those students not to get disheartened. You can always go for a next try. Okay, you can prepare yourself, get your study curriculum managed. Okay, so and not only in UG, even the PG students, everywhere this race is increasing day by day.
That's true. So I guess when a student who is disheartened
Yeah.
by his marks in PG or NEET PG or NEET UG, so that's where I guess MBBS abroad comes in the scenario.
Yes, that's when MBBS abroad actually comes in the scenario, because here the MBBS in India is becoming very, very, very expensive and costly. Okay, many of the students, they cannot afford the fees here in India, because the donation is playing a major role. So that's when MBBS abroad comes into the scenario, because MBBS abroad happens in a very reasonable price. I would say leading destinations, countries like Russia, the entire course, like a 6-year course in Russia, happens in a very affordable fees. So that is why the student from India, they want to go abroad, pursue their education abroad. The quality of education, the academic excellence is more abroad. So yeah, that's when the MBBS abroad, it comes into the scenario. Okay, the students, they prefer to go to leading destinations abroad like Russia, I would say China, Georgia, these places, because the fees, that is very affordable, and the quality of education out there is better. The world-class infrastructures are present. Even the quality of living is better outside. And then what happens is, once the student is abroad completing the medical education, they can even go forward to practice in the UK by giving their examination like CLAB, which is very common nowadays, and also can pursue or study or prepare themselves for USMLE. And then the doors for the US becomes, the student can go for the US studies, or can go and practice in the US. So all these things.
And Indian doctors can do the same thing.
Yes. Or it's a personal choice. If the Indian doctors, they want to come back after their education, has to clear the MCI examination and come back to India.
All right. So up next, the question is one of the most asked question. Like, I have been making content since 2022, and most of the students, they ask me that while studying abroad, while planning for studying abroad, like, what are the main things, what are the challenges faced by students, while choosing the right country, right university, and how to manage their finances, and what will be the language barrier, and what other opportunities they can think right after finishing their graduation.
I would like to agree with you, because the maximum students that come to me with the doubt that which university to choose or which country to choose. Yes. Because for them, they have to keep in mind the safety, the language barriers, everything. Countries like Russia, they have to learn the language. Okay, so that's why. But people do choose Russia because of their affordable fees, and the world-class infrastructure is also recognized by the WHO, and also recognized by the National Medical Council. Okay. And like, for example, the country like Ukraine, which was one of the most leading destinations for the MBBS abroad students, right now, because of the war that has happened there, has come down. The lowest rung of the universities, students from there are returning back to India, or have to move to other countries like Russia or maybe Georgia just to complete their education, or have to leave their course behind and come back to India to pursue it again. So, keeping all these things in mind, you have to be very, very careful while choosing the right destination for the MBBS abroad. Okay, and also, as I mentioned about the fee structure, also they have to keep in mind the licensing examinations that they have to, appear for, or they have to crack if they want to come back to India, or they have to go abroad, like after completing their education, they want to go to UK or US, they have to complete certain licensing examinations. All these things they have to keep in mind.
Okay. All right, Askia. So we are almost reaching towards the end of the podcast. There are just last few questions, and I would just like to ask about, like, since you are holding one of the top positions in the company by advising a lot of students, anyone who is coming to Infinity Education and looking forward for the services for MBBS abroad, right? So, what made you feel that you can help the aspiring students being in that position? Do you think that you are able to mentor students in the right way, or if you want to share any of the cases where like someone came to you and was very much like scared about starting this journey, and you helped them out? If you want to share that.
Like, as the Infinity team approached me for this role, for the chief advisor for the MBBS abroad, I thought I could fit this role very properly. That is because me being a doctor, I could understand the passion of the students, okay, and help them. Like me, growing up, I have seen my parents. So they have played a major role in me being a doctor. So I can also be that role model for 10 more students who want to take the medical field as a profession, go forward with this line. There's a common saying that people, they trust on doctors just after God. So I would be very happy if I can help students come more into this line, into the medical fraternity, so that we have more and more doctors in the world with the best infrastructure. A few years back, when there was a pandemic, there was a huge number of doctors required. So the number of doctors we can bring about in the upcoming days is a profit for the entire world. So yeah, and like me, I would say that I want to carry forward in mentoring students to go abroad, those students who are not being able to pursue MBBS in India, not to give up their hopes, to go abroad and to pursue their education abroad, even to go to the UK, to US and the US, to go forward with their practice and everything.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. All right. So I think like end of the day, what matters is a MBBS degree.
Yes, definitely. An MBBS degree as well as a postgraduate degree, these all things matter, so that you can go forward with smooth practice, maybe in India or abroad, to come forward with all the opportunities, either to practice or to go for research work.
Oh.
Yeah.
100%. I totally agree with you, because like audience might don't know that, but I know you personally and I have seen your journey from my own eyes, and I know like how you have done your struggle and how like the phases you have crossed, starting from your bachelor's to master's to your professional experience. And I'm really happy to have you on board, and the team looks perfect when you have suitable candidates for the specific role, and that makes what a perfect team, I think so. So coming towards the last question I would like to ask you, that is what a small message if you want to give to our community, those who are looking forward right after finishing their 12th or right after finishing their undergrad and going abroad to pursue their medical career. So what single message you want to give it to the community?
I would say to all those students who are going forward with MBBS, I would just tell them that hard work is the key. If you have the determination and the resilience, you can go forward with anything. Just having the vision or the dream and sitting back won't help you. You should get up, work for it, and that's it. You can achieve anything you can achieve in this world, and MBBS is just another 10 years. So, and we here as the Team Infinity are sitting here to guide you through the entire process of making your journey easy. And also, I would say that starting from the English language proficiency tests that are required to go abroad, we are here to guide you for that, to your visa processing and everything from choosing the right university to going there, and the documentations that are required, the licensing examinations that are required. We are here sitting back to help you to make your journey much smoother and easier, so that you become a great doctor one day.
And I think it will be a big help for many aspiring students to turn their dream into reality. So this is how we are ending our today's episode. All the links, all the social links and the website of Infinity Education will be in the description. Make sure to like, comment and share among your circle, those who are looking for the services. And you know what? The USP of our business, we don't charge a single penny. And the one announcement which I wanted to do, that is, we started with manpower services also. Now we are working with agencies, those who are based in Europe, and we are now hiring skilled manpower. So if anyone looking to go abroad directly for work in the work visa, definitely you can get in touch with us and drop your comments what other next episode and segment or industries you are looking forward to. We will try to bring the suitable guest for you guys. Until then, signing off, Amita Singh, your host and your dost. And
Keep believing and keep working for it.